Our lesson today is going to deal with what is an altitude, and in particular, what is an altitude in a triangle. So the definition of an altitude is that it is a segment drawn from a vertex. So what is a vertex? That is the point where two rays meet, or in this case, where two sides meet. So all these vertices right here are the points of the triangle. The vertex is, or the vertices, the plural. And so an altitude is a segment drawn from one of these vertex, and the key relationship is that it is perpendicular or forms 90-degree angles with the opposite side. All right, so let's look at a mathopenreference.com. They have this little thing that you can drag and look at the altitude. So depending on what kind of triangle you have, the altitude might be inside the triangle, or if we have an obtuse triangle here, it would be outside. And again, you can drag any of the vertices here. I'll put the link in the description below so that you can play with this on your own. But notice that the altitude is always drawn from a vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. In this case, the vertex that they used is A. All right, so let's go back to this diagram here. So in this diagram, I'm going to put a right angle over here. So a right angle, a perpendicular, forms from perpendicular lines. I'm going to call this vertex A, vertex, let's make this vertex B, and vertex C. So what are the altitudes in this triangle? Well, we're looking for a segment drawn from a vertex perpendicular to the another side. So if I go from vertex A, to C, or to BC, which is the opposite side, that does form a right angle. So AC is an altitude here. And if I draw a segment from vertex B to AC, I see that also forms a right angle. So BC is another altitude in here. What is not an altitude? AB would not be an altitude because it is not perpendicular to the opposite side. AB is not perpendicular to AC, and AB is not perpendicular to BC.